Morris going in motion again. Do use a lot of motion when Morris 70 with the with a pull and a block. And Harris is able to break free for a huge gain on the play. What a great lead block by our young offensive lineman. And he sets the tone early, allowing Harris to get upfield, get past even some of our secondary, as Landry makes a nice block there in the second level. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Kenny Pickett Player Lock franchise. We are in season 3, going into week 4, going up against my favorite team of all time, the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, born and raised in Texas, and just came into my own as a football fan during the 90s when the Cowboys were dominant. And so it's only natural that I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, but enough about my soapbox. So let's take a look here at our division, the AFC North, and just kind of point out how things are shaking out here early on after 3 weeks of play. And scanning through, you can see the Cleveland Browns. They're 2-1 on the season, going up against the 2-1 Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll have to keep an eye on that during our game. Moving on down a little bit. Actually, got to move over to the other side. We got a big division game going up. The Cincinnati Bengals against the Baltimore Ravens. Both of those teams are 2-1. And so this could determine early on, kind of set the tone for how the division is going to shake out. But obviously, we do have the Cleveland Browns looking mighty fine over there. And then, of course, us, the Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against the 3-0 Dallas Cowboys. And so a little nervous about that game. Dallas is looking good, as you know. And I'm trying to remember, we did play against them in the preseason, and we got dominated. I think there was 3 interceptions in the third quarter alone or something like that. So we can't make those kind of mistakes during the regular season, or we're going to be, hurting pretty bad. It looks like Ezekiel Elliott's going to be the guy that we need to target here, as he is leading the league in rushing right now. 59 attempts, 338 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. And Nick Chubb, a guy in our division, looking pretty good too. Right there in third place as rushing leader. We do have Deontay Johnson leading the league here with 23 receptions, 404 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So, he's right on pace. So he's leading the league, but he's not like leading it by like leaps and bounds. So that's good. And then we got TJ Watt down there in third place with sacks, because he's tied for sacks. But only 4 tackles for a loss versus DeMarcus Lawrence with 6 tackles for a loss. So that's somebody we're going to have to watch out for. As you know, he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. And then what else we got here? Trayvon Diggs already has 3 interceptions on the season. So another guy that we're going to be facing against this week. It's going to be a tough matchup, man. Really is. Marcus and Micah Parsons. He's not even up there on the leaderboards, and that's somebody who is by far probably their best player on their team. Man, what a great talent that the Cowboys drafted there. Him, Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, they got a young group of guys that are really coming into their own. So it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Obviously, they are 3-0 and 3-0 for a reason. So it's going to be a tough matchup. We're going to see exactly what we could do here. What are we doing? We are throwing it to the wrong guy there. As I've talked about in the past, I kind of get stuck on, really just going to the curl route like it's my default. I don't read these curl routes. I usually don't read them. I just throw it to the curl route. I just assume it's going to be open every time, and they are not taking the flat route. So that being said, I guess we need to. This is good for us to work this here. In practice, because we need to learn to start reading these routes better. and making the appropriate read. So Landry tapping his head over there. Let me know something is off. And they do take the flat route that time, but I don't know what happened on that throw. That was just a really bad throw. So there it is. All right, practice is over. We're going to move on into the game. I'm really nervous about this game. The Dallas Cowboys they just made us look like a Pee-wee team out there during preseason. And, maybe we have made the appropriate adjustments here for the regular season, and we're going to be able to really play them well here in the regular season. I hope so. At least it is a home game for us, so that's good. It was an away game during the preseason. Zach Martin up there is one of their top guys too, so they still have Zach, which is good. All right, man. What can we say here? Big game for us, and I think this could potentially put us in first place in the division if we win this, right? I mean, depending on obviously, I say that it won't now that I think about it, because between the Ravens and the Bengals, one of those teams have to win, so they're going to have a 3-1 record, and then the Browns could potentially win there and be 3-1 as well. So what we're hoping for is the Browns lose. We've already beat the Ravens, so maybe we want the Ravens to beat the Bengals. Is that what we want? And then we need to win too. So I think that's how we want that to shake out. I don't know. But let's focus on our game. Our game is what matters the most. We have to win this game. It's a big game for us against a pretty good team, a 3-0 Dallas Cowboys team. Their defense is going to be what's going to give us the most problems, I think. It looks like, sorry, I just took a big gulp of water. Looks like they still have Dak. They still have Schultz. And Trayvon Diggs there. Mike McCarthy. We're going to hop this over to normal speed. And the kick is away. We're off. Here at whatever stadium is called for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It used to be, Heinz Field. Right? I don't know what it is now. MB, no, it's not MBG. It's some weird name, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but it is what it is. And they're just moving the ball down the field. They're running with Zeke, man. Madden is made him a better player than I think what he is in the game now. Granted, he was dominant, but he got injured a few years back. Hasn't been the same player. And I don't think Madden has really made those adjustments. But we're going to have to deal with it. And they run the ball right down our throats, score. So just like that, it is 7-0 with just under 6 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And we got to stay focused here. Got to stay focused. Najee cut it back up the middle for some reason when there was nobody to the outside, not even a cornerback. He could have went out, he could have bounced that out, and instead of getting 3 yards, could have got like 10, 15 yards. But I digress. It's something they're complaining about nonstop, and it's just something I don't know. I don't understand it. And then Najee Harris somehow gets pushed sideways by their defender. And there it is. He gets up the field, gets a big gain. Something I wish we would have seen on the play before that, but we'll take it on this play. 74 just kind of pushed him over to the side. That was Christian Jr. that did that. So inadvertently, we have to thank Christian Jr. for the big play there. And we're going to keep pounding it on the ground until, I feel like we can't. Let's see if we can go the other way here. I see a hole there. Trayvon Diggs gets manhandled by Najee Harris. But Harris is able to get it to the sideline and get us another first down. So far, we're going toe for toe with them on the running game as they have Zeke and they are pounding it down the field against us with Zeke. And we're going to do the same with Najee Harris as Harris runs over multiple people on that play. That was a big one for us. Might open up here in a little bit. We're going to be able to open up some play action. But we are at midfield. Micah Parsons over on the left side. We got Harris or Lawrence on the right side. Harris is going to try to go right at Parsons. And there it is again, another 6 yards on the play. We still haven't passed the ball yet. And we're going to try to see what we can do in the pass game now. And that's where what I was worried about. Parsons in the pass game. Maybe we should have ran the ball. I was really looking to try to dump that off to Harris. Harris got tied up there at the line of scrimmage. He couldn't get through that hole, and I wasn't able to go through my progressions like I would have liked to. And Parsons, he comes in, he brings me down. Oh, man, I'm not happy about that. I do like this matchup here on Johnson over on the left side. So let's see what we can get out of this. As we are not, he goes toe for toe with Johnson. Normally, Johnson can make something happen out of that, but he wasn't able to there. Something we didn't. I should have seen that coming out and saw that it was, not going to work in our favor, and then made an adjustment and gone to a different receiver. But it is what it is. Now we need to make a stop here defensively, or this game is going to get out of hand early. Can't let that happen. 2nd and 8. There's a turnover. We get the ball back. And we get the ball back in great field position, so we really have to take advantage of this to tie the game up right here. Snap. We're going to hand it off to Harris. Harris gets 1 yard on the play. Not much there. 2nd and 9. Let's see what we could do. We're going to make an adjustment as they got too many people in the box here. There's nothing we could do because we can't control the receivers. So we can't switch to that receiver and make that freaking adjustment. It really sucks. Man. All right. There it is. Johnson across the middle. I don't know who number 38 is. I don't know if he's a middle linebacker, but he just kind of watched that play go right over his head. And Johnson gets a big reception. First of the game, and that's 18 yards. And that's going to put us down on the 11-yard line. A little nervous about that throw as we dumped it off right over that guy's head. Yeah, it's a middle linebacker. That's got to be somebody new. Maybe that's a rookie or something. I mean, we are in year 3, so no telling. But I feel like he could have made a better play on the ball, and he didn't, and that's okay. We took advantage. All right. Are we going to have time to run a play action? That's I don't know. Oh my gosh. We just can't throw the ball right now. The 2nd and 10. We're on the 11-yard line. We can squeak out a first down without having to score, but at this point, you might as well just try to get it. Oh, but there's a big hole for Harris. He's going to keep going. Didn't expect this. So 3rd and 2. What do we do here? I do like this play. And there it is. Fryermuth wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, the Pittsburgh Steelers take advantage of the turnover. We're going to drive it into the end zone and tie this game up. And now we just need to kick it off to them and have a good, decent defensive stance so we could get the ball back and hopefully take the lead. But let's be happy with where we're at right now against the 3-0 Dallas Cowboys as we just tied this game up. All right, the extra point is good. With 9 minutes and 14 seconds left, we're going to kick it off. Harold O'Neal with the touchback. He's one of their backups. And we get the ball back again, so another big turnover. And I don't know what's going on with them offensively, but they already have 2 turnovers. I'm really curious. Let's take a look at the stats. Probably want to go player stats, and Dak with 2 interceptions. Wow. Actually, let's go back to those stats. Let's take a look at our defense. See if that is something. We have 2. Okay, Wallace and Darby with the interceptions. Greg Morris going in motion. Not much change defensively. It looks like they're going to be in zone. And ooh, Najee trying to make a bit of a cutback. Didn't see much there, but did still get 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6. And Najee in the zone. We really need to try to take advantage of this. Although that's, I mean, he runs right. There's like one guy there in that area, and he runs into him. One guy there. So it's like, what do you, like, come on, dude. Big hole there. It should be enough for the first. And yes, just barely we get the first down. Sometimes, you know, it counts. I mean, sometimes he does it. He does what he needs to do when we need him to do it. But then other times he just looks like a fool. I just don't think he has the vision that I would expect out of a guy like him. So, but I am what I am. I'm just a player. I'm not a coach. So, looks like Parsons. What? Unbelievable. Parsons was bringing the heat. We had to get rid of that ball quick. 2nd and goal on the 10-yard line. What a long goal we have to go. Is we had to get all 10 yards. Oh, man. Their defense. I cannot get anything going here, man. We are 2 for 7 passing the ball. And it's now 3rd and goal. As they are really making us work for it. But we get it in barely. Najee Harris just barely squeaks by and gets it in for the touchdown. And although we only have, I think, 3 completions so far in this game, 2 of them are for a touchdown. And that's what counts the most, is getting it into the end zone. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take a lead over the Dallas Cowboys. As you see, both their edge rushers, Micah Parsons and Lawrence, get in the backfield trying to make a play or a tackle for a loss, a sack on our guy there on Pickett, but it just doesn't happen that way. And just like that, with 7 minutes left in the second, we are up 14-7. Big kick, big return. They get the ball in a great position, 28-yard line, but there is a penalty on the center, and they get pushed back to the 23-yard line. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 15, and another incomplete pass. That brings up 4th down. Dak is not playing like Dak, as he's having one of the worst games of his life, it seems like. Incomplete passes after incomplete passes and 2 interceptions. Although we don't have a favorable matchup in the box, we are going to run the ball anyways. That guy going in motion, Morris, really helped us with our blocking on that side, as Harris comes away with 6 yards on the play. We now got 2nd and 4. Morris going in motion again. Do use a lot of motion when Morris 70 with a pull and a block. And Harris is able to break free for a huge gain on the play. What a great lead block by our young offensive lineman. And he sets the tone early, allowing Harris to get upfield, get past even some of our secondary, as Landry makes a nice block there in the second level. Finally, Micah Parsons gets down the field, makes a tackle. And so far, we have found their weakness, and that weakness is running the ball. So we're going to continue to do that. Looks like Parsons. No, there he is. He is still in the game. I thought maybe. Ooh. Oh, and Parsons looking like a fool as Harris knocks him over. But they are able to stop us for no gain on the play. Harris taking a break. He is taking a little break on the sideline. I would like to go to Johnson on this, but this play takes a second to develop. And 28 read that like a book, came in and tried to make the interception. Fortunately, he plays defense for a reason. That's because he can't catch. He drops the easy interception that was thrown right to him. Harris back in the game. And big hit. DeMarcus Lawrence. Pickett 3 for 10 so far today. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Their secondary and their pass rush is just unbelievable. We either have no time to throw or we have to throw it too quick and make bad reads. It's thank goodness our running game's kind of working for us, and the turnovers have been helping because without the turnovers, I don't think that, you know, we would be in this kind of position, obviously. But defense has been playing lights out so far today. It's another 4th down. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. We're getting the ball back. We're going to take a shot here with a little play action. We've got to get Pickett going good. And there's a wide open Landry across the middle. They bit on the play action and opened up Landry. Nobody took him. And this might be the spark we needed to get Pickett on a little hot streak and start completing some passes, because kind of crazy how bad he's been playing so far in the first half. Dallas Cowboys making some adjustments. They bring a safety down in the box, leaving a 1-high safety. And our fullback goes in motion. Harris. Wow. He keeps going up against Parsons, and he's knocking Parsons down. It's kind of crazy. Pickett making an adjustment at the line. And why am I making these? I'm making some bad reads today. You know, most of it is my fault. I'm just making really bad reads. But I keep getting in these positions where it's 3rd and 9, and I'm kind of forced to, like, come on, cut up field, get the first. 4th and inches, are you kidding me? Oh, man. Come on, coach. We can go for it. Are we going to go for it? No, we are going to come off the sideline and punt it away. That is unfortunate. Oh, man, you couldn't reach your hand out for the first down. Well, we did put them back on the 4-yard line, so we at least got that going for us. Elliott with a 6-yard rush, making it 2nd and 10. They do get an 11-yard reception to Gallup. Big penalty on their center. 2nd and 15, but they get 10-yard reception by Schultz. It's 3rd and 5. They finally have found a way to start moving the ball. TJ Watt with a big sack, 2nd and 17. But they get most of that back on a 12-yard reception. Another first down. Schultz on the play. And Schultz is their go-to target as they just keep throwing it to him. Big penalty by TJ Watt. That's not going to help us out at all. It looks like they may be able to put some points on the board before the half. They get a 14-yard touchdown reception with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they are now down by 3 points. We're going to take this into halftime. We do get the ball back in the second half. To start the second half, I should say. That makes me a little nervous. It is 17-14. We got to get something going in the passing game because we're struggling. So we gotta maybe throw some little dump off passes or something. Get the ball out quick because we know they're gonna blitz Lawrence and Parsons just like every play. And so we got to find a way to really do something with that. Take advantage of that. So we see Parsons coming off the edge, but they got freaking Vander Esch there to make the stop. And that's going to be a 2-yard loss. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see if we can get something going in the passing game. Looking at Freiermuth or Claypool, maybe. Well, let's just dump it off to Freiermuth. Let's see if we can get half those yards. There it is, 3rd and 6. That's kind of what we need to do. 3rd and 6 is a little long, a little longer than I would like. And no! But we had pressure on us as we threw it. I'm starting to get really frustrated because we just can't get anything going really offensively. And we're giving the Cowboys an opportunity to stay in this game, and it's really frustrating because when they always make Madden always makes these crazy halftime adjustments, and now it's gonna be impossible for our defense. Look at this 30-yard reception by CeeDee Lamb. It's gonna be impossible for us to stop them now. It just seems like that's the way it is. Like, we were able to stop them in the first half. The second half it just won't happen. Highsmith with a big sack, 4th and 19. They do kick a field goal to tie it up. And we're going to get the ball back with 6 minutes left in the 3rd. So we got to really concentrate right here as we have got to find a way. There's a big hole. Harris. Wow, put a big hit on that cornerback. And we get 9 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. So we have some options here. As I want to try to run like a little play action, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. And we get hit as we throw it. Oh my gosh. There's a flag on the play. Hopefully that's a roughing the passer. Really? And it gets Huffman. It's always Huffman. So now we got 2nd and 11. And what do we do? What do we do now? What do we do with this? It's not where I wanted to be. There it is. Freiermuth open in the middle of the field. He's going to give us the 1st down. We're going to move the chains. This is nice. We got a good block. Huffman with a nice block on Parsons. I can understand him holding occasionally because obviously he's going up against Parsons most of the time. So when you're going up against one of the best edge rushers in the league, it's going to be hard to block, especially when you're in like your 2nd year, like Huffman is. So you know, we'll give him one. We'll give him one there. Not something we can continue to do. And Landry wide open and a nice little in and out. And he's going to get it down the field, get us a 1st down before stepping out of bounds. And a 1st and 10. And it looks like our play, what's the word I'm looking for? Game plan is really to pass the ball, but I mean, maybe it is. They've made some good adjustments here the second half. We haven't been able to run the ball at all. Vander Esch making the appropriate reads on all these running plays and getting in there and stopping us right when we... I mean, Harris basically has to break a tackle in the backfield every time. So we got 3rd and 10. Maybe we should have passed it there, but... Parsons rushing again. We got another flag on the play. See if they're going to be holding. It might be roughing the passer this time. Let's see. Yes, there it is. I've been waiting for that the whole game. We finally get it. We're going to accept this and take it on the 22. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, we get the ball on the 22-yard line after a roughing the passer call. And nobody's even covered the middle of the field as Harris is able to get 10+ yards without even being touched. Wow. Not something I expected to see there. I don't know what has gotten into the Cowboys rush defense, but it is non-existent for most of the game. They've occasionally had some good stops only because Vander Esch has been back there. But for the most part, we've been able to just run all over them. We got our backup in. He's not going to be able to run over Parsons. Parsons finally is able to make a tackle on a running back. 2nd and goal. Like to see if we can get good positive yards, about half of those. So we're down to the 4-yard line. I will take that. Now the question is, what play do we run on 3rd and goal? And there it is. Say, we ran this play for our 1st touchdown. Run it again for our 3rd touchdown. Pat Freiermuth wide open in the end zone. They just do not like covering him on this play. And I was looking at Claypool. Claypool was taken, and it's kind of one of those where they're either going to take Claypool or they're going to take Freiermuth. They can't take both. They take Claypool, leaves open Freiermuth, and we take advantage to get the touchdown. All right, that's going to put us up by 7, 24-17 with 48 seconds left in the 3rd. And the kickoff is going to be a touchback. Harold O'Neal kneels it down in the end zone. Pass drop by Gallup, 2nd and 10. But Zeke getting 9 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, and he's going to follow that up with a nice 7-yard rush. And they're going to start giving it to him here. 3rd and 6 after incomplete pass. We need a big stop here. No, 13-yard reception by Gallup. And they're able to move the ball down the field so far. Incomplete pass. 3rd and inches after a 10-yard reception. A big stop here would be nice, but no, they get 2 yards by Elliott up the middle. And they're kind of just doing everything here. 3rd and 5 after Edmonds knocks the pass away, but a nice little jump off pass to Elliott gives them 7. And they are in striking distance as they are now on the 11-yard line with a 3rd and 3. And they do get a touchdown to Braxton Barrows or something. And they got Graham Gano as their kicker. So they are just all over the place with some of their changes that they've made. Claypool open across the middle of the field there on a nice inward curl route. That's going to be a 9-yard reception for him. 2nd and 1 on after that completion. And it's going to be interesting here is that so far in the second half, we haven't been able to stop the Cowboys. And again, I go back to this over and over again. It seems like when we play these games, you know, there's a little more or a little less back and forth in the first half as we're able to make stops. But then when it comes to the second half, they always seem to make those huge halftime adjustments, and we just can't stop. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. We just can't stop them. And it's really, really tough. And that's going to be out of bounds. Kenny Pickett not helping himself as he throws a wild pass out of bounds. But wait a minute. They're saying this is a completion. And I guess maybe he did drag his feet. It's hard to say there. We're going to hurry up and get up to the line before they try to make a challenge on this play. We're going to get the ball off to Johnson again across the middle, and Vander Esch just puts a shoulder into him and knocks him down. But we do get the completion for another big first down. And there it is again, showing why Deontay Johnson leads the league in receiving and why he was last year's Offensive Player of the Year. And they put some heat on us there as they had a man right in Kenny Pickett's face ready to make the sack. And let's see if we can, we're bringing a man up. Let's see if we can run a little play action here. We got Freiermuth. Yes! He found a little bubble there where there was nobody at. We jump it off to him at just the right time, and we get another big first down. Pat Freiermuth having a big game for us. He already got 2 touchdowns so far in this game. they have decided they wanted to stop the run. They feel like that's more important here in the second half, as we've had a harder time, I feel like, running the ball, although we have broke a few big gains. But overall, oh man, big hit after big hit on Harris. He's got 20 attempts already. 2nd and 9 on the 13. They're gonna bring in some guys. Harris looking pretty tired. Play action. And there was I don't know, man. That might have been a pass interference, but we get the catch. We get a few yards on it. So 3rd and 5. Really curious. Probably, yeah, Freiermuth was open. That's what I was thinking. Probably should have went with him. But it is what it is. So 3rd and 5. We can't get a first down without having to get a touchdown. And Freiermuth with another touchdown. Unbelievable. Honestly, I just had to hurry and get rid of it. Freiermuth made a play on it, as I had Parsons coming in on me and was hoping I could squeeze that in there, and I did. Freiermuth with his 3rd touchdown of the game, playing lights out for us today. We're going to kick the extra point. Boom. And like that, we're up 31-24, up by 7 again, but there's 3 minutes left on the clock. Might have a little bit too much time left on the clock for the Dallas Cowboys, as so far here in the second half, we haven't been able to stop them. But there it is, a big sack by TJ Watt. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and we do get the ball back. So with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left, barring a couple of first downs, we should be able to run the clock out. We got to get a couple of first downs, as the Dallas Cowboys do have 3 timeouts left. And there it is. Oh, man. For a second there, I thought he was going to break that loose, but he did not. So far, they're not going to call a timeout. We're going to go ahead and let this run down to the 2-minute warning. The Cowboys will use that as their first timeout. They will now probably start calling timeouts now that it's under 2 minutes. And the Bengals, 24-17 with 4 minutes left in that game. So they're going to beat the Ravens, it looks like. But it's a pretty close game, and there is a chance for the Ravens to make a comeback on that play. I would like to see what the Browns score is. And there it is. The Browns just put up some more points over the Eagles, 28-7. So they're going to win that game, I think, with 4 minutes left in that game as well. And there's a flag on the play. Probably going to be holding. Oh, personal foul. Oh, that's the penalty that we haven't seen in this entire franchise, I think. We're going to go ahead and take a first down on that one. We got 1:57 left. We now have a first down. And we got quite a bit of momentum here. We need to figure out a way. Oh, and Demarcus Lawrence is injured on the play. Probably one of, right now, in this season, one of their best players. Most productive, I should say. I don't know about best, but one of the most productive so far this season, as he is up there as one of the sack leaders in the NFL. And up there in tackles for a loss, too. So the Cowboys, they had to call a timeout there, as there was an injury timeout on the play. 2nd and 9, as we only get about 1 yard on the play. We really need to do better than getting 1 yard. And this is kind of one of those things. Do we run the ball? They have 1 timeout left. Coach wants us to pass the ball. I agree. What I'm going to try to do is hopefully go to Harris. As we got Johnson deep. And there it is. I don't know why they were playing bump coverage when they had to make sure they could prevent us from getting a first down. And Johnson burns him deep. We get a huge gain, and that's going to allow us to win this game. We're going to get in victory formation now, and we can just run this clock out. Although we could try to put some points on the board. That might be something we try to do. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. What a turn of events. And we are no longer, coach no longer wants us to be in victory formation as we're going to line up. We still have 25 seconds left on the play clock. We're going to let this click down. And Harris, he's been in the zone for most of the game. That's one thing. He hasn't taken very many tackles for a loss today. There's been a few times that, he's been tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and that's okay. Big holes. They try to stuff us. And we get it in, not even trying. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to put an exclamation point on this victory today against the Dallas Cowboys. Harris runs it right up the middle, pretty much untouched for most of that run. And he's going to barely squeak it into the end zone for a final touchdown today in this game. And that's going to put a stamp, a seal of approval on this victory. They are going to review this. So hold up. They're saying that his knee may have been down before he crossed the line. And after watching a replay, they may be correct about that. We may be short. Yes, we're going to be about a foot short of the end zone. They're going to overturn this. And the Steelers are going to get the ball here. It looks like on about the 1 foot line. Let's get the final call from the referee.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Wow. So that touchdown has been called back for 22 seconds left. Let's see if we can get Harris in the end zone for a exclamation point. And yes, he does. So we still get the touchdown, and we run some extra time off the clock. And this is a win for the Steelers that really it's really a what's the word I'm looking for? An impact win. We're letting ourselves be known in the NFL. This is a statement win, I should say. That we are the real deal this year. We are coming to play this year. We are looking for not only a playoff appearance, but a division title. We're hunting for the AFC title, and we're hunting for a spot in this year's Super Bowl, as Dallas looked to be one of the favorites this year to make it to the Super Bowl, and they still are a favorite in the NFC. But what a statement win by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is we claim a victory 38-24. It was a ugly game for most of it. We couldn't pass the ball in the first half. Luckily, Najee Harris was able to have a pretty big game for us on the ground, especially in the first half. And the second half, we made some adjustments. The Cowboys made some pretty good adjustments, too. We had a hard time stopping them in the second half, but Kenny Pickett stepped it up in the second half. He ended up getting 226 yards through the air and 4 touchdowns, 3 of those coming by way of Pat Freiermuth. And if these stats are correct, he also had 65% completion, which is pretty good, all things considering. Dak Prescott ended the day with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Kenny Pickett, what a game by him. It looked ugly at first. We were really worried about it, as he at one point was like 3 for 10, 30% completion percentage. And he turned that around, going 65%, going 17 for 26. With 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a huge bomb there at the end that was 47 yards. So let's look at what Najee Harris is I feel like we gave him the ball a lot. And we did 26 attempts for 130 yards. I really didn't realize he did that well. 130 yards on the ground. He averaged 5 yards a carry and got him a touchdown right there at the end of the game. Well deserved, by the way, for putting in that hard work that he did. McFarland had a couple of attempts there. Kenny Pickett, they're going to say he had some attempts, but really that was just a sack or something. I don't know. And then let's look at receiving wow, Michael Gallup, most receptions here, but we don't want to focus on them. Let's look over at the Pittsburgh Steelers and our boy Pat Freiermuth, our go-to guy, 6 completions and receptions for 53 yards and 3 touchdowns. What a game by him. Deontay Johnson, 5 receptions for 107 yards. Again, showing why he is one of the best receivers in the league right now. He did have a drop pass, but it didn't, in the end, didn't affect us too much. He had that 47-yarder to seal the deal there at the end of the game. Landry, 4 for 47. Claypool, 1 for 9. Harris, 1 for 10. What a show out. Offensive line here blocking. We had 4 total pancakes, 2 by Mason Cole, 2 by our rookie, Devontae Kendricks. Devontae Kendricks showing out for us. Remember, he made that huge lead block for Harris on that one play. Harris had that big run. What was that? What was that big run that he had? 25-yard run. And Kendricks was the one that had that lead. He pulled and had that lead block. What a beautiful game that. Huffman is not. He's been struggling this year, man. You know, Kendricks really showing out so far. Huffman not playing as good in his second years. He's given up a sack, albeit it was to Mike Parsons, and he gets called for holding quite a bit. So defensively, though, Clay Jones, I mean, this guy showing out for us. 8 solo tackles with 1 assist, 9 total. Edmonds, it's kind of scary that Edmonds, a strong safety. Honestly, we have 2. I didn't realize both of our strong safeties are playing. I need to look at how our positions are set up. But interesting to see both our strong safeties have led the league or led the team in tackles. Right, cornerback Levi Wallace, was it Levi? Interception today, 5 tackles. Miles Jack, looking good. So yeah. Guys, what a big statement win for us today. That's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, then hit that subscribe button. If you want to see how we got to this point in Kenny Pickett's career, go ahead and hit that playlist that's up on the screen. And if you want to see our last video, which is actually our Chicago Bears franchise, you could check that out, as you can see our 3rd preseason game. And we had a statement performance there as well. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Peace.